Then colder. So the instrument becomes more responsive if there's warm air to it. The more you know. Rest in peace. Oh no, I have to go to the bathroom now. Looks like we're waiting till the Torah service.
Boker Tov, good morning everyone. You may be seated. We're about to start our service. We stand this day, all of us in the presence of our God. Youth and elders, women and men. Those close to tradition and those who have been estranged. All are welcome in this community of prayer. Around the world, all Israel greets this holy day. We stand with them, a people united by our history and faith, linked in mind for generations past. We stood before God to be cleansed of our sins in Russia, Poland, Germany, and Spain, in Morocco, Egypt, Brazil, and India, and in Argentina. Our great-grandparents are here with us today, and our great-grandchildren as well. All are present in memory and hope. We stand this sacred morning, all of us as one, we will start our Shacharit Shel Yom Kippurim service on page 138. I can look at my body as an old friend who needs my help, or an enemy who frustrates me in every way with its frailty and inability to cope. Old friend, I shall try to be of comfort to you to the end. I invite you to turn your Machzorim to page 156 and to read quietly the blessing for the well-functioning of our bodies. And maybe to think about your body, maybe a particular part of your body that needs attention. You can place your hand and pray for it. ברוך אתה אדוני, רופא כל בשר ומפליא לעשות.
Amen.
We turn our Machzorim to page 158. We now are going to say the blessing for our souls, the link that connects between our bodies and our souls. In Jewish tradition is our breath. Soul, we say neshama, and breath, neshima. Just before we say the blessing for our souls, let's bring our bodies and let's connect them with our spirits. I invite you to take a deep breath. Once again, take a deep breath.
אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי שנתת בי טהורה היא. אלוהי נשמה שנתת בי טהורה. Dear God, the soul that you have given to me is pure, and we remind it to ourselves in this day of atonement that in our foundation we are pure. As long as I am alive, I place before you my thanks, eternal my God and God of my ancestors, creator of all creation, sovereign of all souls. Baruch אתה אדוני, אשר בידו נפש כל חי, ורוח כל בשר איש. We turn our Machzorim now to page 162 for the blessing for the daily miracles. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, אשר נתן לשכבי בינה להבחין בין יום ולילה. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, פוקח עברי.
אמן. ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, מתיר אסורים.
ברוך אתה אדוני, אלוהינו מלך העולם, זוקף כפופים.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam rok haaretz halamayim.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שעשה לי כל צורכי.
Amen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam המחים מצעדי גבר.
ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם מלביש ערומים.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam הנותן ליעף כוח. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam
המעביר שינה מעיניי
וזנומה מיחדיי. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שעשני בצלם אלוהים. אמן. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שעשני בן-חורים. אמן. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam שעשני ישראל. אמן. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam עושה ישראל בגבורה. אמן. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam עוטר ישראל בתפארה. Amen. And on page 164, for the blessing, for the Psukei de Simbra, the verses of praise. And in this morning of the Day of Atonement, dealing with a mix of emotions, we also try to bring joy to our lives and approach the journeys of rectification of Teshuvah that are before us. Baruch she'amar baya olam, Baruch hu, Baruch shemo,
ברוך חסר בראשית, ברוך אומר ועושה, ברוך כוסר ומקיים, ברוך מרחם על הארץ, ברוך מרחם על הבריות, ברוך משלם שכר טוב
לריח, ברוך עליו וקיים לנצח, ברוך קודם ומעצים, ברוך, ברוך שמו, יאי רי 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 רי, 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 יאי רי 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 רי, יאי רי 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 רי, יאי רי 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 רי. Our Sovereign, we praise you with song of celebration. Your oneness is the life of the cosmos. Baruch atah Adonai, melech meulal v'atishbachot. Turn our Machzori now to page 168. Ashrei yeshvei beitecha, odi alelu chasela. Happy are those who dwell in your house. We shall sing your praises forever.
אשרי יושבי
Ashrei, over pages 168 and 169. Or alternatively, you can take a moment for yourself, close your eyes, and think about what is that joyful place for you. At the bottom of page 169, as we ask for the ability to bring our bodies and our spirits together.
Tehilat Adonai yedaber pi veyevarech kol basar shem kodsho leolam leolam ve'anachnu nevarech Yah me'ata ve'adonai.
Adonai, yedaber pi veyevarech kol basar shem kodsho leolam leolam ve'anachnu nevarech Yah me'ata ve'adonai. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. ואנחנו נברך Yah me'ata ve'adonai. Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Page 170, hallelujah. Even if our mouths were full of song as the sea, and our tongues full of music, we could never find the words to thank you adequately, Adonai, to express the depths of our gratitude. We're on page 171.
כשמש וחיי ריח וידינו פרוסות כנשי שמיים ורגלינו קלות כילות אין אנחנו מספיקים להודות לך להודות לך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אמותינו.
Adonai, our God and God of all ages, nor could we bless your name enough for your infinite acts of kindness to our ancestors and to us. We are on page 173. Majestic God, today enthroned beyond time and space.
שוכנת מרום וקדוש שמו וכתוב רננו צדיקים באדוני לישרים נבט תהילה בפי ישרים תתעלם ובדברי צדיקים תתברך ובלשון חסידים תתקדש ובקרב קדושים תתעלה ובמקהלות ריבות עמך בית ישראל ברינה יתפאר שמך מלכנו בכל דור ודור ישתבח שמך לעד מלכנו האל המלך הגדול והקדוש בשמיים ובארץ כי לך נאה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו שיושבחה הלב וזמרה עוז וממשלה נחזק גדולה וגבורה תהילה ותפארת קדושה ומלכות ברכות והודות מעתה ועד עולם ברוך אתה אדוני אל מלך גדול בתשבחות אל ההודות אדון הנפלאות הבוחר בשירי זמרה מלך מלכי העולמים.
Page 176.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבו בעלמא דברה חירותי וימליך מלכותי בחייכון וביום אחד ובחיי דכל בית ישראל בגלה ובזמן קריב ויאמרו אמן יהי שמך מבורך לעולם ולעולם בהוויה יתברך וישתבח ויתפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתעלה שמי לקדושה לעילה ולעילה מכל ברכתה ושירתה טוב שמך אתה ולחם אתה, מירון ואהבה וימרו, אמן.
We turn our Machzorim to page 178. Please rise for Baruch. Let's read together on page 180. 180. In love, you bring your light to the earth and its creatures. Your goodness renews the creation each day.
Infinite, varied, and rich are your works, divine artist. All of them wrought with wisdom. The whole earth is teeming with life. Awestruck by the universe, work of your hands, let all life bless you, praise you, and celebrate the beauty of your lights.
אור חדש על ציון תאיר, ונזכה כולנו מארה לאורו. May you shine a new light on Zion, and may we soon be privileged to share in that light. Baruch atah Adonai, Yotzer HaMeorot.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai, creator of the heavenly lights. We turn our Machzorim now to page 182. We start thinking about the presence of an everlasting love of Abba Rabbah. We understand that in any process of personal transformation, of unification with God, we need to find a deep sense of love in Abba Rabbah. I invite you to close your eyes just for a moment. Just for a moment. And to think about what symbolizes in your life the presence of an unconditional love. Try to picture that presence. An idea, a picture that makes you feel clearly that you are not alone in this world. There at the bottom of page 182.
בתורתך ודבק ליבנו במצוותיך ויחד לבבנו את שמך ולא נבש ולא נקדם ולא נקשר
wearing a talit, I invite you to place the four corners of your talit together as we understand that in order to become one with God, we need to first find internal unity and to find our internal wholeness. Bring us in peace from the four corners of the earth and lead us upright pride to the land that is ours. For you are a God of miracles and wonders. From all the peoples of the earth, you sought us out and brought us near to your great, enduring truth. So with love we acknowledge and proclaim that you are one. Baruch atah Adonai, abocher be'amo Israel be'ahava.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Machato. Please join me on page 188 for Ve'ahavta. Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi metzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha uv'lechtecha b'derech uv'shochbecha uv'kumecha וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך, ובישעריך.
Continue on page 191.
למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
אדוני אלוהיכם אמת. אמת ביציב, באהוב, בחביב, בנורא, באדיר, בטוב, ביפה, הדבר עשה עלינו לעולם ועד. We continue with the silent reading over pages 192 to page 196. In great joy, Moshe, Miriam, and all Israel sang to you together, lifting their voices. Who is like you, O God? Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai. We are on page 196.
השיבחו גאולים, לשמך אספת הים, יחד כולם הודו והמלכו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד.
צור ישראל, קומה בעזרת ישראל, ובדי גנומך, יהודה וישראל. גואלנו אדוני צבאות שמו, קדוש ישראל. Rock of Israel, arise and come to help of your people, on the help of your people Israel. Keep your word by redeeming Judah and Israel. The eternal and infinite one is our Redeemer, our source of holiness. Baruch atah Adonai, Gaal Israel. Please rise. We are on page 198.
The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart, the sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart.
We're on page 200.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak ve'Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Leah Elohei Rachel Ha'el Hagadol Hagibor ve'Hanora El Elyon Gomel Chasadim Tovim Ve'Godli HaKol Ve'Zacher Chazdei Avot Ve'imot U'mevii Geula Livnei Banehem Lema'an Shemo Be'ahava.
Remember us for life.
I invite you to turn your Machzorim to page 206 and to read on that page quietly.
I will live and I will die at the right time and before my time. I will wander, but I might yet find rest. I will be troubled, but I might achieve tranquility. This is the central truth of the high holidays. This is what makes them Yamin Noraim, days of terror. We are vulnerable.
Now we declare the sacred power of this day, which is the most awesome and solemn of days, when your rule is established over all and your throne set in place by the power of love, and you come forth to govern in truth.
ונתנה תוקף קדושת היום, כי הוא נורא בהיום, ובו תינשא מלכותך, וייכון בחסד כיסאך, ותשב עליו באמת, ותשב עליו באמת. True it is that you are judge, you alone can reprove, you alone can know. It is you who shall write, who shall seal, who shall read, who shall number all souls. You alone can remember what we have forgotten, and the book of remembrance you shall open, but its contents shall speak for themselves, which our deeds and our lives have inscribed. ובשופר גדול ייתקע, וקול דממת יישמע, ומלאכים יחפשו, וחיל ורעדה יאחזו, ומלאכים יחפשו, וחיל ורעדה יאחזו, ובשופר גדול ייתקע, וקול דממה דקה יישמע, ומלאכים יחפשו, וחיל ורעדה יאחזו, ומלאכים יחפשו, וחיל ורעדה יאחזו.
And when the great shofar is sounded, a small, quiet voice can be heard, and the heavenly beings are thrown into fright and seized by a terrible dread. They declare,
Behold, the day of judgment has arrived, when even those in heaven's court are judged, for none can be exempt from justice's eyes. וכל באי עולם יעברו לפניך כבני מרון, כבוד קרת רועדו, מעביר צאנו תחת שבטו. וכל באי עולם יעברו לפניך כבני מרון, כבוד קרת רועדו, מעביר צאנו תחת שבטו.
sheep for the shepherd. For just as a shepherd numbers the flock, passing the herd by the staff, so do you make us pass by before you, and number and count and determine the life, one by one, of all who have life breath within. You decide for each creature its cycles of life, and you write down its destined decree.
For him ותשובה ותפילה וצדקה מעבירים את כל הזרע.
Please join me on page 215. When we walk through a valley of darkness,
but find courage to live in the shadow of pain. We transcend the harshness of the decree. When we speak about fear with honesty and share what is hardest to say, we transcend the harshness of the decree. When day becomes night, but we let ourselves hope, we transcend the harshness of the decree. When we feel far from caring and friendship, but let go of pride to ask for help, we transcend the harshness of the decree. When in grief we are crushed by the absence of love, but open ourselves to your presence, we transcend the harshness of the decree.
We're on page 218.
נקדש את שמך בעולם, כשם שמקדישים אותו בשמי מרום, ככתוב על יד נביאך, וקרא זה ואמר, קדוש 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 אדוני צבאות מלוך הארץ כבודו אדיר אדירנו אדוני אדוננו אדיר שמך בכל הארץ ברוך כבוד אדוני אחד הוא אלוהינו, הוא אבינו ומלכנו, הוא מושיענו והוא ישביענו, ברחמיו איננו חי. אני אדוני אלוהיך, ימלוך אדוני לעולם, אלוהי ציון, לדור
Vador,
לדור
Vador, Vador,
לדור
Vador, נגיד לך,
ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך, קדושתך נקדיש, שמך אלוהינו, יבינו היבוש, לעולם ועולם ועד. לדור ודור, לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד לך,
Vedor, Vador,
לדור ודור,
Vador,
לדור ודור, לדור ודור נגיד לך, ולנצח נצחים, ולנצח נצחים, קדושתך, קדושתך נקדיש, ושמך אלוהינו, יבינו היבוש, לעולם לעולם ועד.
We continue with the reading of the Amidah between pages 222 and 246 in silence. שלום טובה וברכה, וכן בחסד ורחמים עלינו בזכות לפני עמך. וכן אוהבינו כולנו כאחד, לאור פניך כי כולנו עלי אלוהינו, תורת החיים, תורת החסד, ברכה ורחמים וחיים ושלום. טוב בניך למלך מנחה יסלח בחלק בכל שעה לשלומך. Let us and the whole family of Israel remembered and inscribed in the book of life. May it be a life of goodness, blessing, and prosperity. May it be a life of peace. We are at the bottom of page 246.
בספר חיים ברכה ושלום עופר נשאתו ייזכר וניכתב לפניך
Baruch atah Adonai, oseh hashalom. Blessed are you, Adonai, maker of peace. We now turn our Machzorim to page 292. We'll read together.
We stand in humility, conscious of our failings. Shema Kolenu, Adonai, hear our call. True sacrifice to God is a penitent spirit. You treasure a crushed and repentant heart, for you are close to the brokenhearted, and you give strength to a suffering soul. You are the healer of shattered hearts. You are the one who binds up their wounds. For thus says the high and exalted one, who lives forever, whose name is holy. I dwell in a high and holy place, but also with the downcast and lowly, to bring new life to despondent souls, to restore and revive repentant hearts. Return now, Israel, to Adonai our God, for you have fallen because of your sin. Take words with you and return to God. Ask the Eternal, forgive what is wrong, accept what is good. We stand in humility, conscious of our failings. We set before you the wrongs we have done. We trust in your compassion, for you know who we are. Shema Kolenu, Adonai, hear our call.
We turn now our Sidurim to page 296. Please rise.
Eloheinu ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, תבוא לפניך תפילתנו, ואל תתעלם מתחינתנו. אנחנו עזב פנים וקשה עורף, לומר לפניך, אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, צדיקים אנחנו ולא חטאנו, אבל אנחנו חטאנו.
Together in English. Our God and God of all generations,
May our prayers reach your presence.
And when we turn to you, do not be indifferent.
Adonai, we are arrogant and stubborn, claiming to be blameless and free of sin. In truth, we have stumbled and strayed. We have done wrong.
Ki
We'll take one more moment to do the Bidui Sutta, the short confession for ourselves silently. You can read it in English or in Hebrew if you feel more comfortable. You know the secrets of the universe and the secrets of the human heart. You know and understand us, for you examine our inner lives. Nothing is concealed from you, nothing hidden from your sight. Eternal One, our God and God of our ancestors, we pray that this be your will. Forgive all our wrongs. Pardon us for every act of injustice. Help us atone for our moral failures. We're on page 300.
אחר שחטאנו לפניך באונס וברצון, ואחר שחטאנו לפניך ביודעים ובלא יודעים.
The ways we have wronged you under duress and by choice, and harm we have caused in your world, consciously and unconsciously.
אחר שחטאנו לפניך בבלי דעת, ואחר שחטאנו לפניך בריצת רגליים להרע.
The ways we have wronged you through our thoughtlessness, and harm we have caused in your world, through impulsive acts of malice.
אחר שחטאנו לפניך בחוזק יד, ואחר שחטאנו לפניך בזלזול הורים ומוהרים.
Ways we have wronged you by abusing our power, and harm we have caused in your world through disrespect to parents and teachers.
אחר שחטאנו לפניך ביצר הרע, ואחר שחטאנו לפניך בקשיות עורף.
The ways we have wronged you by giving in to our hostile impulses, and harm we have caused in your world through inflexibility and stubbornness.
אחר שחטאנו לפניך בכחש ובכזב, ואחר שחטאנו לפניך בקלות ראש.
The ways we have wronged you through lies and deceit, and harm we have caused in your world by making light of serious matters.
אחר שחטאנו לפניך בשיח שפתותינו, ואחר שחטאנו לפניך בצרות עין.
Ways we have wronged you in our routine conversations, and harm we have caused in your world through envy. Between pages 304 and 306 silently.
ואחרי שחטאנו לפניך בכפת שוחד, ואחרי שחטאנו לפניך בחילול השם.
To read between pages 308 and 309 the Cheshbon HaNefesh, the accounting of our souls. Our Machzorim now to page 310 as we, with our hearts wide open, remember and remind of our covenant with God.
Ki anu amecha ve'ata Eloheinu anu v'anecha ve'ata avi
עירנו, אנו נחלתך, ואתה גואלנו, אנו צאנך, ואתה אוהבנו, אנו חמך, ואתה אוהבנו, אנו פעולתך, ואתה נותנו, אנו ראייתך, ואתה נוגנו, אנו סעודתך, ואתה רומנו, אנו עמך, ואתה מעלתנו, אנו מאמירך, ואתה מאמירנו, Please rise. We're on page 316. Hear our call, Adonai, our God. Show us compassion. Accept our prayer with love and goodwill.
Shema Koleinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Chos v'rachem aleinu, v'kabel berachamim uveratzon et tefilatenu. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'noshuva. Chadesh, Chadesh yameinu kekedesh.
Shema, join me. Shema Koleinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Chus v'rachem aleinu, v'kabel berachamim uveratzon et tefilatenu. Hashivenu Adonai elecha v'noshuva. Chadesh, Chadesh yameinu kekedesh. Shema Koleinu, Adonai Eloheinu, Chos v'rachem aleinu, v'kabel berachamim
We're on page now 251.
Hope. My hope is that you hear. I know that it holds little, so they told me. Even so, I want to hope again for this, that you hear how I hope. My hope is like a hind, waiting. Be careful not to embrace it. Break one dry shoot of a tree, and it goes. And would we have the strength for another beginning? I hope and am that hope.
Please turn your Machzorim to page 252 and remain standing as we open the ark. Page 252.
Avinu Malkeinu Shema Koleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu Chatanu Lefanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu Chamol Aleinu Ve'olal Aleinu V'tapeinu.
Avinu Malkeinu Kale Tever Cheref V'rahav Me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu Kale Kotzar U'mastin Me'aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu Odbeinu V'sefer Chaim Tovim.
Avinu Malkeinu Chadesh Aleinu Shana Tova.
Avinu Malkeinu Male Yadenu Mizivgotecha.
Avinu Malkeinu Harem Keren Meshich Enachecha.
Avinu Malkeinu Na'al Tashivenu Rika Milefanecha.
Avinu Malkeinu Kabel Berachamim Uvratzon Et Tefilatenu.
Avinu Malkeinu Ase Imanu Leman Shemecha.
Avinu Malkeinu Aseh Lema'an Chaim Lo Lema'anenu.
Avinu Malkeinu Elanu Melechena Ata.
Avinu Malkeinu Petach Sha'arei Shamayim Litfilatenu.
Avinu Malkeinu Shema Koleinu Chuz Berachem Aleinu.
Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu. Avinu Malkeinu.
Adonai, Adonai, God compassionate, gracious, endlessly patient, loving, and true, showing mercy to the 1,000th generation, forgiving evil, defiance, and wrongdoing, granting pardon.
Adonai, Adonai, Erachom v'chanon, Erech Hayim, Berachesed ve'emet, Nozer chesed na'anavim, Nozer avon v'pesha, v'chata'a v'nodeh.
Adonai, Adonai, Erachom v'chanon, Erech Hayim, Berachesed ve'emet, Nozer chesed na'anavim, Nozer avon v'pesha, v'chata'a v'nodeh.
Adonai, Adonai, Erachom v'chanon, Erech Hayim, Berachesed ve'emet, Nozer chesed na'anavim, Nozer avon v'pesha, v'chata'a v'nodeh. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad, Echad Eloheinu, Gadol Adonenu, Kadosh Shemo. Gadol Adonai iti, Romem Hashemo yachdav. Lecha Adonai hagedula ve'hagevura ve'hatiferet ve'hanetzach ve'hahod. Kibro b'shamayim uba'aretz, kibro b'shamayim uba'aretz. Adonai Amanucha, Yadina Haseh Lechol.
have no idea. Gabby knows. Wait.
I'm a little more excited. You just tip it over.
Maybe see the. Let's sing something. Happy are those who do it in your house. Happy are we to be here today, Yom Kippur, Hashem. You don't have a microphone yet.
Oh.
But that was very impressive anyway.
Okay.
So, do you have a microphone? Now you do have a microphone.
All right, now, am I good?
Yes,
All
sir.
right. Good morning. This morning's reading is found on page 266, Deuteronomy 29:9, line 11. Yom Tova, Rivka Bat, Mordechai ben Yehuda, ben Michal ben Yermichal, Hadar bat Shlomo Rivka, Baal Korei, Mordechai ben Yehuda, Vechaya Kala, Paul and Tara Ari, Mike and Evelyn Bell, and our master reader is Mark Phillips.
So, in the meantime, while they're getting ready, can you tell me what's the first word in the Torah portion that we're going to read? Atem, the second one. And the third one? Ayom. You are standing today. I think that's you can transform that into a question, and that's the entire subject of Yom Kippur. Where are you standing today? Where are you standing today? And that's an important question because most of the time we act like we know. We know exactly what we are supposed to do today and tomorrow and next week. We have, all of us, Google Calendar, right? So you know where you are supposed to be or where you are. But the challenge of Yom Kippur is to try to find out on our soul level, where are you standing today? Atem, Nisavim, Ayom, where are you standing today?
Asher b'harbanu mikol ha'amid, v'natalanu et Torato, Baruch atah Adonai, notein ha'torah. Amen.
Amen. Atem nitzavim hayom kulchem, lifnei Adonai Elohechem, rashechem, siftechem, ziknechem, v'sitrechem, kol ish Yisrael. Tapchem v'shechem v'gerolcha asher b'kereb mechanecha Masecha Ad Shoev Micha La'avrocha B'virid Adonai Elohecha U'alcho Asher Adonai Elohecha Korech Ichocha Yom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yam tu Lilia Hashnia. Tzayil Revka bat Shmuel V'Leah. V'Yikasil Gabriel ben Baruch Halevi v'Cyril Leah Nachuma Chana Idol bat Moshe HaKohanim v'Sarah Lila Pesner, Steve and Stephanie Velasco, the Baal Koreh, Yeshi ben Tzvi V'Malka, and our master reader is Jesse Richter. On page 266, line 12.
Baruch Hu Adonai Hanvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hanvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hanvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Hayom lo le'am vehu yelecha le'elohim ka'asher diber lach ve'ka'asher nishba le'avotecha le'avraham le'yitzchak ve'le'yakov ve'lo itchem ve'balechem Anochi koret et haberit hazot ve'et ha'ele hazot ki et asher yeshno po imanu omed hayom v'fanei Adonai Eloheinu ve'et asher Enanu po imanu hayom.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torat emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yam tu Lelia Hashlishi, Mordechai ben Yehuda v'Chayekala, v'Gita bat Moshe v'Gisha Sarah, v'Baal Koreh, Daniel Shalom ben Daniel, Mark and Joan Filowitz, and our master reader is Daniel Santian.
Baruch Hu et Adonai Hanvarach.
Baruch Adonai Hanvarach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hanvarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'chaya ki yavo'u alecha kol hadvarim ha'elah הברכה והקללה אשר נתתי לפניך, והשב אותה אל לבביך בכל הגויים אשר הדיחך אדוני אלוהיך שמה. ושבת עד אדוני אלוהיך ושמעת בקולו ככל אשר אנוכי מצווך היום אתה ובניך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך. ושב אדוני אלוהיך את שבותך וריחמך ושב וכיבדך מכל העמים אשר הפיצך אדוני אלוהיך שמה.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher notan lanu torat emet v'chayei olam nota b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
We're at the bottom of page 266. Yom Tu Lilia Havri 3 weeks. Yoshi ben Sri Vimalka David Bat Eliyahu Shena Ephraim ben Shlomo Miriam Bat Zavnaruth Baal Koreh Volvel ben Yeshiv Davida Jesse and Deanne Richter, Harry Gruber, Karen Guth, and our master reader is Zachary Richter. We're at the very bottom of page 266.
It's in there someplace. Of course. You'll find it. So where's the part that you...
If anybody else wants to help.
He's got the part written down.
It's okay. He's got it.
I have to find it. Can somebody else?
What does it start with?
Tell her. I know. Find it.
It's okay.
Guess what I just found?
Baruch Adonai
Baruch Adonai Barach.
Baruch Adonai Ambrach le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Ambrach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher b'chabanu mikol ha'amim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. Im yihye nidahacha b'kzei hashamayim. B'kzei hashamayim misham yetabetcha Adonai Elohecha umisham yikachecha v'hevi'acha Adonai Elohecha al haaretz asher yareshu avotecha v'rishta v'heitivecha v'hirbecha me'avotecha umo Adonai Elohecha et levavacha ve'et levav zarecha lehava et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha leman hayecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Yom Tu Le'elia Bahamish Achad Mishit Mordechai ben Shmuel Zissa bat Emmanuel Carol bat Aharon and Baal Kare Michal ben Yeram, Michal Bahader, Hader bat Shlomo Barifka, Max and Sophia Litt. Okay. And master reader is Michael and Evelyn Bell. We're on line 7, page 267.
Baruch et Adonai Hambarak.
Baruch Adonai Hambarak le'olam va'ed.
Baruch Adonai Hambarak le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher bachar banu mikol hamim v'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Amen. V'natan Adonai Elohecha et kol ha'olot ha'alea ahovecha v'sonecha asher v'dafuha v'teha teshuv v'shamatav b'kol Adonai v'hesita et kol mitzaratav asher ahechi mitzara hayom.
V'hoti recha Adonai Elohecha b'chol maaseh yadecha ki prehi netanecha ufrihi b'chematecha ufrihi adamatecha letanecha ki yashuv Adonai lasus alecha latov ki asher sas al avatecha ki hashmor b'kol Adonai elecha lishmor mitzvotav v'hokotav hakatuva hasefer haTorah hazeh ki tashuv el Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen.
Okay, we're on page 267, line 11. Yom Tu Le'elia Hashishi Yisrael ben Hunan, v'Michal Leah bat Moshe, v'Chaim ben Abraham v'Sara, v'Hana bat Yehuda v'Shena, v'Yosef ben Zalman, v'Chana bat Meir v'Sara, Baal Koreh, Abraham ben Herschel, Richard and Marilyn Spielberg, Jim and Roger and Ann Nannis.
Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMavarach.
Baruch Adonai Yamvarach Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai HaMavarach Le'olam Va'ed. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bacha banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch Atah Adonai Notein HaTorah. Ki ha'mitzvah hazot asher Anaki mitzvah hayom lo naftahi memka v'lo rakakai lo v'shamayim hi l'mor mi yalalanu hashamayma v'yikelanu v'yishmienu tavanasana lo me'avar layam hi l'mor mi yavar lanu el-evar hayam Vayikelanu, Vayishmeinu Tavanasana, Ki Karov Aleha, Hadavar Meod, Befika Ubelvavaka Lesoto. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher natan lanu Torah amet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu, Baruch atah Adonai, notein ha'Torah.
Amen.
Amen. Yom Tu, L'Aliyah Hashavit, Legacy Group, Chaya Sarah Bat Reuven V'Yacha. Sarah Deland will be our master reader. Our last master reader I didn't give credit. Chuck Gladstein did a great job.
Do you have the names of the legacy group written down?
Aye.
Let's say all the names.
Okay. Esther Basha Bat Abraham V'Yacha. Esther Bat Abraham V'Sara. Herschel Ben Abraham HaKohen. Esther Bat Yaakov Rachel. Shamir Ben Avner. Abraham Ben Herschel, Minda Bat Yechel Barachel, Moshe Yerachel Ben Abraham, Genosora Bat Shlomo, Yehuda Ben Shmuel, Leilana Bat Abraham Basara, David Ben Moshe Tzviya, Odo Esther Moshe Chaya, Tzidel Bat Shmuel Leah, Chaim Ben Alter, Esther Bela Bat Chaim V'Malka, V'Vasha Bat Lib, V'Gittel, the whole
The more the better.
Elaine Asa, Marty Baker Jordan, Henry and Eileen Cohn, Peter Dernbach, Chuck and Mindy Gladstein, Rich and Janice Goldberg, Fred and Cindy Jacobson, David and Elise Kirshen, Lila Pesner, Harry and Elaine Sokol, and Barbara Talento. So,
Before, what? And we are missing Ken Bloomfield. But before we do the blessing, Cindy, what's the legacy group?
Oh, this is putting me on the spot. What we decided is to support Temple Beth Tikvah. A group of people have put a provision in any of their legacy, trust, wills to provide a continuance of support for Temple Beth Tikvah. And we're hoping this small group continues to grow, and you're all welcome to join.
As you were speaking, it grew. Caroline came. Yeah, so our hope is that next year we need to part this aliyah in 3. Our hope is that next year we need to part this aliyah in 3, because the meaning of that will be that TBT is in the future thoughts of all of you. Let's do the blessing for the reading of the Torah.
Asher Bachar Banu Mikol Hamim, V'natan Lanu Et Torato, Baruch Atah Adonai, Noten HaTorah.
Amen. Amen. Re'eh natati lefanecha hayom et hachayim v'et hatov v'et hamovet v'et hara asher anochi mitzavecha hayom le'avah et Adonai Elohecha lalechet bidrachav v'lishmor mitzvotav v'chutkotav u'mishpatav v'chayita v'ravita u'verachecha Adonai Elohecha ba'aretz asher atav shama l'rishta ve'im yifnei lefavecha v'lo tishma v'nidachta v'hishtachavita le'elohim acherim ve'avadetam higadeti lachem hayom ki avot tovedun lo tarichun yamim al ha'adama asher ata over et hayarden lavo shama l'rishta haidoti bachem hayom et hashamayim et haaretz hachayim ve'amavet natati lefanecha habracha ve'haklala uvacharta v'chayim leman tivyeh atah v'zarecha le'ahava et Adonai Elohecha lishmoa b'kolo u'davkavo ki hu chayecha ve'orech yamecha לשבת על האדמה אשר נשבע אדוני לאבותיך לאברהם ליצחק וליעקב לתת לכם.
Baruch atah Adonai
Eloheinu melech haolam asher natan lanu Torah emet v'chayei olam natan b'tochenu Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We need to cover Torah. As we finish the reading, we want to thank again to our Legacy Circle for their support and their faith in activities continuity. And we are going to turn our Machzorim to page 271. It is our custom during the... It's okay, Lena. It's okay. One more minute, don't worry. It is our custom to dedicate some loving energy and prayers for healing while our Torah is still open. It's still open to those that are dealing with illness. If you know of someone who is dealing with illness in his or her heart, soul, in his or her body, someone dealing with addictions, I would like to ask you just to say the names. We are not going to point in the direction, just let's bring their names to this space. Just say them. We hope that our prayers for healing touch
then touch their lives and bring some healing to them. On page 271, Mishaberach. To page 286.
God of holiness, we hear your message. Justice, justice you shall pursue. God of freedom, we hear your charge. Proclaim liberty throughout the land. Inspire us through your teachings and commandments to love and uphold our precious democracy. Let every citizen take responsibility for rights and freedoms we cherish. Let each of us be an advocate for justice, an advocate for liberty, a defender of dignity. And let us champion the values that make our nation a haven for the persecuted, a beacon of hope among the nations. May our actions reflect compassion for all people within our borders and abroad. May our leaders and officials embody the vision of our founders to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for common defense, provide the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our prosperity. We pray for courage and conscience as we aim to support the country's highest values and aspirations, the hard-won rights that define us as a people, the responsibilities they entail. We pray for all who serve our country with selfless devotion in peace and in war, from the fields of battle to clinics and classrooms, from government to the grassroots of all those whose noble deeds and sacrifice benefit our nation and our world. We are grateful for the rights of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that our founders ascribed to you, our created. We pray for the wisdom and moral strength that we may be the guardians of these rights for ourselves and for the sake of all people, now and forever.
Amen. Amen.
Thank you, Maria. We are now on page 288 for the prayer for the state of Israel.
Avinu, you who are high above all nations, states, and peoples, Rock of Israel, the one who has saved us and preserved us in life, Bless the state of Israel, first flowering of our redemption. Be her loving shield, a shelter of lasting peace. Guide her leaders and advisors by your light of truth. Instruct them with your good counsel. Strengthen the hands of those who build and protect our holy land. Deliver them from danger. Crown their efforts with success. Grant peace to the land, lasting joy to all of her people. And together we say, Amen.
Before we do Agba and Glelila, I'd like to say a few words about Israel. For many years, we spoke about being pro-Israel and supporters of Israel. And these two are very important concepts. But what we learn now is that they are not enough. That one of the most important things that we need to do right now is to create a relationship with the Jewry that is standing on the other side of the ocean. There are two big Jewish communities at this time in the world. One is Babylon. Well, it's not Babylon, it's us in the United States. We have some experience in history. About 2,000 years ago, what happened? Okay, and what happened then? We went to Babylon, and we cried by the waters of Babylon, Elaine.
I like that
But
song.
then, what?
I said I like that song.
Yeah. You are very musical, Gabby. So, thank you. But also, a wonderful Jewish community was developed in Babylon. And one of the most important sources of Jewish wisdom was developed in Babylon. Have you heard about the Talmud? The Babylonian Talmud. Well, that's from Babylon. But Jews kept their connection and their relationship with the land of Israel for generations. The state of Israel is a new thing in Jewish history and in our story. It's the first time in 2,000 years that we are sovereign in our land. And that's the miracle of our generation. And for many years, we thought and we have been supporting the state of Israel because it is our responsibility and our obligation, and I urge you to keep doing that. And I want to ask you more than that. And in order to do that, please make sure that you take one of the Israel bonds and you buy a few bonds this year. You can buy them as a gift. You can give them to your grandchildren, your children. You can give them as a bar mitzvah or bat mitzvah gift, is what I like to do. But more than that, we want to create relationships with the state of Israel. So I want to share two things about that. Last summer, we had the opportunity to visit Israel with a group from TBT, a group of teenagers from TBT. And one of the most wonderful things about our trip was that it wasn't about touring Israel. We did tour Israel, but it was about getting to know the Israelis. So we were welcomed on Keilat Ranan, Beis Samueli in Ranana, by Rabbi Hens Foni and her congregation, and our children were guests of Israeli families, and they learned about a variety of Jewish identities in the land of Israel, and they have a variety of experiences with what is the other Jewry, which looks very different to ours. We are very connected, but we are very different as well. In February this year, we will be, February 18th, we will be living with a group of TBT explorers from LAX, and we will go to Israel for 2 weeks. And again, this time not to tour Israel, but to get to know the Israelis, the Jews that live in Israel, and the variety of identities that compose the Israeli society. So I want to encourage you, as we think during these high holidays about personal transformation, and we try to rethink the way in which we do things. I want to encourage you to think about your relationship with your Jewish identity and with Israel, with the people of Israel, with the state of Israel. And maybe to join one of our classes. This class we are teaching a class. I'm leaving that for another 20 minutes. That's part of that other talk. But yes, I'll talk about that later. Don't worry. But thank you for anticipating. We'll talk about that in 20 minutes. So at least gave you the heads up. We will be talking about that in 20 minutes when we talk about things that we are doing in our congregation. But I want to encourage you to join one of our Israel-oriented programs. For example, I Engage program. The tribes. We had a group of 25 people studying last year about the differences in the state of Israel, and this year we will be studying about different cultures and different identities and different political approach to the state of Israel and to the situations in Israel. So I encourage you to learn more, to get more engaged, to get more involved, and to use TBT as your tool in order to fulfill this idea, to travel with us, to study with us, or to buy Israel bonds and to send your support. Now please rise for Agba and Lila.
So maybe we still do. Maybe we still do music too. Maybe we still do, yeah. Maybe we're doing it now. Because a lot of people
Zot Torah asher sam Moshe lifnei bnei Yisrael api Adonai ve'ad Moshe. Torah, 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 Torah tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe.
Torah, 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 tziva lanu Moshe. Give me an E minor. שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, העולם עומד.
שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, שלושה דברים, העולם עומד. על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים, על התורה ועל העבודה ועל גמילות חסדים.
די, 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 די. As soon as we place the Torah, you may be seated. Now we are going to start the reading of the... I thought that it was very soon. It wasn't that soon.
Just enough to know.
Now you can sit. You may be seated. I'd like to invite for the reading of the Haftarah, Steve Velasco, Henry Cohen, and Victoria Levine. You can follow the reading of the Haftarah on pages 277.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech olam asher bachar b'nviim tovim v'ratza b'divrehem hanemorin be'emet Baruch atah Adonai habocher b'torah u'Moshe avdo u'Yisrael amo Uvimviei ha'emet v'tzedek.
Cry from the depth, says God. Do not hold back. Lift up your voice like the shofar. Tell your people their transgression, and house of Jacob their sin. Yes, they seek me daily, as though eager to learn my ways, as if they were a nation that does what is right and has not abandoned God's law. They ask me the right way, eager for God's nearness. They say, why did we fast? And you do not see it. We afflict ourselves, and you do not know. Because even on your fast day, you think only of desire, while oppressing all who work for you. Because your fasting is filled with strife, and with callous fist you strike. No, your fasting this day will not lift up your voice before heaven. Is this the fast I desire? A day to afflict body and soul, bowing your head like a reed, covering yourself with sackcloth and ashes? Do you call this a fast, a day worthy of the favor of Adonai? Is not this the fast I desire? To break the bonds of injustice and remove the heavy yoke, to let the oppressed go free and release all those enslaved. Is it not to share your bread with the hungry and to take the homeless, poor into your home, and never to neglect your own flesh and blood? Then shall your light burst forth like the dawn, and your wounds shall quickly heal. Your righteous one leading the way before you, the presence of Adonai guarding you from behind.
Then, when you call, Adonai will answer. And when you cry, will respond, I am here. If you remove the chains of oppression, the menacing hand, the malicious word, if you offer your compassion to the hungry and satisfy the suffering, then shall your light shine through the darkness, and your night become bright as noon. Adonai will guide you always. Slake your thirst in parched places. Give strength to your bones. You shall be like a well-watered garden, an unfailing spring. From you they will rebuild ancient ruins, lay foundation for ages to come, and you shall be called the one who mends the breach and brings back the streets for dwelling. If you cease to trample Shabbat, stop pursuing your affairs on my holy day. If you call Shabbat a delight, the holy day of Adonai honored. And if you honor God by not doing business or speaking of everyday matters, then shall you take pure delight in Adonai. I will lift up your journey on earth to the highest places and nourish you from the heritage of your father Jacob. For thus spoke Adonai.
melech haolam, tzur kol haolamim, tzadik bechol hadorot, hayel hane'eman, haomer ve'oseh, המדבר ומקיים, שכל דבריו אמת וצדק, על התורה ועל עבודה, ועל הנביאים ועל יום הכיפורים הזה, שנתת לנו למחילה ולסליחה ולכפרה, לכבוד ולתפארת. על הכל, אדוני אלוהינו, אנחנו מודים לך ומברכים אותך, יתברך שמך בפי כל חי תמיד לעולם ועד, ודברך אמת וקיים לעד. ברוך אתה אדוני, מלך מוחל ולא סולח לעוונות ולעוונות עמו בית ישראל, ומעביר אשמותינו בכל שנה ושנה, מלך על כל הארץ, ומקדש ישראל ביום הכיפורים.
שנה טובה. Interesting thing is to start the Yom Kippur sermon missing the first page. That's it, I found it. This is a moment of Ptichat Sha'arei Ratzon. The divine gates of grace are open before us. So now is the time to think and pray for what we really want. Now is the time to think and pray for those things that we really, really want. So let's try it a little bit. Raise your hand if you want to have more love. More love? Yeah, more love. Aren't you in the business of having more love? Half of you? Impressive. Raise your hand if some more appreciation would help you. Appreciation, come on. Aren't you a grandfather or a father or a mother? Raise your hand if you would like to receive some more compassion. What about some more attention from dear ones who sometimes seem to forget us? Yeah, we're Jewish. Once upon a time, in the city of Krakow, there was a kind, lovely old man by the name of Isaac. Several nights in a row, Isaac dreamed that he traveled to Prague and came to a bridge over the river. He dreamed that on one side of the river, under the bridge, there stood a leafy tree. He dreamed that he was digging a ditch beside the tree, and that from that hole he pulled a treasure that brought him well-being and tranquility for the rest of his life. At first, Isaac paid no attention to the dream. But after he had had the same one for several weeks, he began to take it as a message and decided that he couldn't ignore the information. So, following his intuition, he loaded up his mule for a long journey and took off for Prague. After 6 days of traveling, the old man finally reached Prague and set out to find the bridge over the river on the outskirts of the town. There weren't very many rivers or very many bridges, so he quickly came up to the spot he was looking for. It was all just as he had dreamed in the dream. The river, the bridge, and to one side of the river, the tree beneath which he was supposed to dig. There was only one small detail that hadn't been there in his dream. The bridge was watched over day and night by a soldier from the Imperial Guard. Isaac didn't dare begin digging while the guard was there. Who would? So he camped out by the bridge and waited. On the second night, the soldier began to suspect the man camping there near his bridge. And he started to think that maybe this man was trying to do something. So he came up to him and asked him, "What are you doing here?" Isaac, who was a nice guy, didn't find any reason to lie. And he said, "I have been dreaming for several nights that there is a treasure hidden under this bridge, right there, next to the tree." And the guard started to laugh. "Where are you coming from?" He said, "Well, I'm coming from Krakow." So he laughed even louder. Fool man, he thought. "You came all the way from Krakow to try to find a treasure right here under my bridge?" I say, "Yes. You know, I have been dreaming for 3 years that there is a guy in Krakow whose name is Easy, who has a treasure under his stove. And do you think I am stupid enough to go and check it?" Easy said, "Thank you very much," and left quietly. Who went back home, checked under his stove, and found a treasure. Now, this story showcases two very important qualities. The first one, the importance of being a seeker, of having a dream, a desire, a need, and searching for them. And the second one, which is flexibility, to turn around and to continue our search in a completely different place and in a completely different way. Says Martin Buber, there is a certain something that can be found only in one unique place in the world. That something is a great treasure, namely the fulfillment of one's existence. And the place where this treasure might be found is the place where one stands. The rabbis ask, "Ese hu ashir," who is the rich? We read in Pirkei Avot. And the answer is, "Asameach bechelko." The rich is the one who finds joy in his lot. People often misunderstand this statement, thinking that it is a call to conformism. But this is rather about the ability to find richness of spirit that can only be found within oneself. This idea is a recurrent motif in Jewish tradition. Abraham's journey, for example, starts with the words, say it, come on, wake up, Yom Kippur, you didn't have breakfast, but you can do it, come on, say Lech Lecha. Say Lech Lecha. You're doing so well, I'm proud of you. Starts with the words, Lech Lecha, go to yourself. And this is exactly what we are supposed to do during this time of the year. We aspire to start a journey of internal search. We do the accounting of the soul, Cheshbon HaNefesh, and we pay special attention to our spiritual capital. We are after Teshuvah and a spiritual plenitude. But how do we actually do that? How do we actually do Teshuvah? When we search for something, we go outwards. Outwards. We go out, following in the direction of our sight. But that's not how this search is meant to be. We don't search by looking out, but rather by looking in. On the Day of Atonement, we look in a special mirror, a mirror that shows us our faces, but from a completely different perspective. Two interesting things about the word face in Hebrew. Number one, the word panim, face, denotes a plural. Panim, face, is a plural in Hebrew. And number two, the word panim has the same root as the word bifnim, inside. So, two faces, one toward the outside and one toward the inside, the deep inside. Now, it is instinctive to look toward the outside when searching for something. How do you search, right? But the entire purpose of the days of awe is to overcome that instinct and to look inside. The Midrash tells us when God set out to create Adam, the first human being, God told the angels, I will make human beings in my image. The angels were outraged. How can something so precious, so powerful, be entrusted to this creature? If humans have the divine image, they will think like God thinks, feel what God feels, create, as we said yesterday, as God creates. And most shocking of all, they will grasp eternity and live forever, just as God lives forever. We cannot let this happen. So the angels conspired to steal and hide the divine image somewhere where human beings would never find it. The question was where? Let us put it at the top of the highest mountain, one suggested. The others replied, no, they will learn how to climb the highest mountain and find it. Let us put it at the bottom of the sea, another offered. No, the others replied. They will plumb those depths one day and find it. One by one, the angels made suggestions, but each one was rejected. Finally, the cleverest of the angels had an idea. Let us place the divine image within the human heart, within the soul. They will never find it there. And so the angels hid the precious divine image within the heart of human beings, where it lies hidden to this day. One of the tragedies of human life is that we are constantly searching, but most often in the wrong places. The problem with searching in the wrong places is that we lose our center. Have you heard about misplacing your energies? It's exactly that. We misplace our energies, and then we find ourselves emotionally all over the place. But what happens when the problem is not us, but someone else, right? Let's talk about relationships. Again, Martin Buber tells the story of Rabbi Yitzchak of Borky, who once discussed with a group of important men the value of an honest servant. The men said that when the servant was good, everything in the house turns out well. Rabbi Yitzchak disagreed. He said, "Once I thought so too. But you see, I used to have many difficulties with my wife. Although I was willing to suffer them, I felt sorry for the servants. Therefore, I visited my teacher and asked him if I should step up to my wife. And he answered, 'Why talk to me? Talk to yourself.' It took me a while to understand his advice, but I finally remembered the saying of the Baal Shem Tov. There is the thought, the speech, and the act. For the person who understands and deals with the three correctly, everything will turn out well." Then he says, "I understood the lesson, that everything depended on my own self." In the Hasidic thought, conflicts with others, which is one of the main topics of Yom Kippur, are always expressions of conflicts within ourselves. So conflict resolution always starts by an inner search. And here we are again, with our instincts searching with our face toward the outside. We search for calm, stability, and rewards in the outside. We search for meaning in the outside. And we seek to resolve our conflicts while facing the outside, thus entering a cycle with propensity to constant disappointment and frustration. And as we try to break it, we feel it more and more because we keep searching outside. Searching outside means relinquishing control over our life experience. It means to have a dream or an idea of what you want to experience in your life and to assume that you will find it in a metaphorical shopping mall or that someone will just give it to you. It means to have expectations of our relationships, but to place them on our fellows rather than on ourselves. In our tradition, there is a concept for this: the dispersion of the mind. Or in other words, having our souls all over the place. What does the dispersion of the mind look like? What's the practical meaning of searching in the wrong direction? This is what it sounds like. If you feel identified with any of these sentences, just mark it to yourself. My spouse doesn't appreciate me enough. I want to be loved. My friend doesn't care to spend enough time with me. I want to be cared for. My kids, if my dad is watching, don't call me as much, nearly as much as I need. Nobody treats me with compassion. Everyone in the street is rude. Aren't they? And if you don't find yourself among these statements, I am sure if you dedicate a few moments to think about it, you will find that some of that, or maybe some others, speak to you. Because again, by instinct, we try to fulfill our needs while facing toward the outside. Yom Kippur is the day of the I. If I need more compassion, then I will search for the ability to be more compassionate. If I need care and attention, I will seek for ways to give more care and attention. If I need more love, I will love more. This math works. The more you take upon yourself, and the more you share, the more you have. One of the invitations of Yom Kippur is to look at our disappointments and frustrations in different areas of our lives and to consider them as situations in which we are possibly misplacing our energies. And from that perspective, to think about the I. How I can approach the situation in a way in which the outcome will allow me to bring those things I feel I am missing. Now, the good news is that this is the season of Teshuvah, which literally means return. If you are all over the place, this is time to return. We look in the mirror and we see our internal face, the one that can help us with personal transformation. We also look outside, trying to recognize each of the sparks of our souls that we have misplaced. We recognize our pain, disappointment, and frustration. This is the time of the year to think about where you are experiencing pain and frustration. And so, with love and compassion, we gather one by one and start the journey of return. Then again, we look inside. We take the time to recognize and embrace our needs, desires, expectations, and dreams. As Martin Buber said, there is a certain something that can be found only in one unique place in the world. That something is a great treasure, namely the fulfillment of one's existence. And the place where this treasure might be found is the place where one stands. What we are looking for is not under a bridge, not at the top of a mountain, and certainly not at the bottom of the ocean. Our emotional needs won't be fulfilled by converting them into what we expect others to do for or with us. It is true. Sometimes we are all over the place. But today we are right here, searching in the right place. Yom Kippur is the most humbling and at the same time hopeful day of the year. As we face our limitations, we also reconnect with the power of our spirits. And so we say, She'arei Ratzon Ptuchin, the gates of grace are open. The universe is pregnant with possibility. We search inside, and we choose where to place our energies. We choose where to place our energies. We pray for our needs to be fulfilled, and we become a reflection of our prayers. She'arei Ratzon Ptuchim. The gates of grace are open, and so we say, Kol shenevakesh lu yehi. All that we seek, may it be. Shana Tova. Cindy? One more minute. Welcome.
You put me on the spot again.
No, well, I'll help you out.
Why don't you start and I'll finish?
I'll start.
Okay.
And then you say something and then I finish.
Okay.
So, first I'd like to invite our immediate past president by title.
By title.
That's her title in the board of directors, even though she was president
2 times ago.
2 times ago. Okay, so we'd like to invite our immediate past president to welcome you on behalf of TBT's board.
We welcome you all. It's been incredible to see the crowds throughout the last week, and you know, I see my friends, old and new, and great welcome.
Now, I will say, this is the time of the year in which we have our biggest family reunion. And when you meet with family, you share stuff. And you open up a little bit. So we want to share a couple of things. We want to thank our supporters and our friends and our members and our partners for their constant support and for a year of incredible activities at TBT. And we want to encourage you. Let me give you a few things. Number 1, we say in Rosh Hashanah, but I don't hear myself well. So number 1, maybe here. 3 years ago, we have 23 students in our Havaya school. This year, enrolled in our Havaya school, we have 53 students. 4 years ago, we started ECLC with 18 students. Right now, we have in school 30 students, and we know that by the end of the year, we'll have 40. Now, these are numbers, but the numbers, they are just telling the story of what we are doing. What we are doing, we are investing in our education. We are investing in community experiences. We are investing in wonderful music. You can do it. We are investing in more spirituality. Each of the things that we do at TBT, is Zach around? Is our executive director here?
I think he's outside.
Well, he's working, right? But we're investing in taking our community to the next step in terms of communication. Have you received our emails lately? Have you looked at our emails and our publicities? When we were afraid that the scroll was going to go away, and it got bigger and newer. We are all the time developing things. We have Miriam leading these afternoon services with us. We are finding ways to be present in our lives, in your lives, all the time. And in order to do that, we need your support. We need your support. I mentioned that a few months ago I visited Israel with a bunch of our teenagers. The second part is that right now, what time is it?
12:15.
Yes. So right now, in an airplane somewhere in Europe, a group of 7 Israeli teenagers with Rabbi Hens Phony are on their way to Temple Beth Tikvah. And tomorrow we will pick them up in the airport. And we will start a week of Jewish experiences in the United States with a bunch of Israeli teenagers and with our teenagers. We are trying to recreate Jewish education. We are trying to recreate Jewish experiences. Not for someone else, for ourselves, for the sake of our community. And we need your support and we need your presence to do that. So I want to ask you to consider, on top of the constant support that you offer to TBT, to add a gift for the High Holy so we can increase and do more and more and more activities that will bring Jewish experiences to all of us.
When I gave my first speech 10 years ago, I said, we need you to be here. It's been incredible over the last years to see the growth in attendance. Torah study has reached a point, if you don't actually show up on time, you might be relegated to the little side table. Our kids, yeah, I know. Our kids' programs have grown. Tashlik was an amazing event where we filled the park down the street. I look out and we're filling our beautiful sanctuary. I also ask that we need your other support, as Rabbi Nico just referred to. And that's a little more difficult to ask for, but it's just as important to keep the lights going, to keep the activities going. So do what you can, help us the way you can, and we appreciate everything that you do to help be a part of making this place an amazing home for all of us, a Jewish home.
Thank you very much. Now we are going to return the Torah to the ark. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Hold your hand. First, shake your hand. We're going to return the Torah to the ark. We are on page 291. Please rise.
Etz Chaim hi lemachazikim ba v'tomecha me'osha deracheha darchena v'chol netivoteha shalom hashivenu Adonai lecha v'nashuva kadesh yameinu k'kedem.
We're on page 116.
Aleinu l'shabach l'Adon hakol לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית שלא עשנו כגויי ארצות שלא שמנו כמשפחות אדמה שלא שמנו והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו
Be seated. Just a few announcements about the rest of the day. Mitch, at what time are you starting with your discussion? So we are going to have a break of about 30 minutes, and then Mitch will lead a discussion on relevant topics for the holiday. We encourage you to stay and to be inspired. And we will resume our services at 4 p.m. with Iskor. From Iskor, we are going to go into Mincha, and from Mincha, directly into Neilah. And I want to encourage you to come in the afternoon. I know that it's hard, and many of you are already thinking about dinner. Or water, if you're feeling a bit dry. But I think that one of the nice things about Yom Kippur is that it's an entire day. And we go and we stay together throughout the day. So I encourage you to stay in the afternoon. The most beautiful service, in my opinion, for me, the most beautiful service of the high holidays is Neilah. And that's the time most of you are holding your forks and say, okay, come on. So no, wait a few more minutes, stay for Neilah, and help the prayer to do its transformative work. 4 p.m., around 4:30, 4:40, Mincha, 5:30, Neilah. We're going to conclude now our service. The morning service of Yom Kippur doesn't conclude with Kaddish, neither with the big songs. We shall say Hatima Tova, see you in a few hours, but with activity, we're going to conclude slightly different. Please rise. We are going to invite you just to close your eyes for a second and to try to think about Apanim Shebifnim, about our internal face. Open your eyes big and wide. And try to think about what do you need to search for? What do you need to look after in this Yom Kippur? Try to think about the places in which you are maybe misplacing your energies. And the expectations that you have from others, that it would be better if they were from yourself. In this Yom Kippur, try to think about your needs. And try to think about those places in which you might have judged others unfairly. Because you were expecting from them to do those things that you actually needed to find within yourself. And maybe ask for forgiveness from them and from yourself. In this Yom Kippur, let us gather spread over sparks of our souls. And let us become one with you. Let us recognize the treasures that are hidden within our hearts, so we can become a better version of ourselves. Bring our existence closer to our aspirations. And I give us the strength to do the hard work of Teshuvah.
Me'od